Right, okay, so we're looking at another one of these 6-question, 4-minute things. So you've got 6 questions and in 4 minutes. And we need to work out this T. So straight away, what I do is I've noticed that I have a triangle. Yep. So I'm going to go to the side. I've got some room here. I'm going to do 14 plus 26. And that is, well, if you want to do it one at a time, carry the one over. 2 plus 1 is 3, plus the one you've carried over is 4. But that's 40. I know there's 180 degrees in a triangle, so I'm going to take away 40. And you're going to end up with 140 degrees. So now I know that this angle is 140 degrees. Now straight away, what I notice, right, let's get rid of that. Can we get rid of that? Yeah, okay. I notice, look, I've got one straight line, I've got another straight line. And one thing I know is opposite angles are equal. Okay, so let's just get rid of that so you can see it clearly. So if this is 140 degrees, the opposite angle will also be 140 degrees. So I know T equals 140 degrees. Okay, let's get rid of that. Right, next one. This a few ways of doing this, but I'll do it the way I think a lot of students do. They find the lowest common denominator. So it's going to be 30. So I multiply the bottom by 6, and then I multiply the top by 6. On this one, I multiply the bottom by 5, and I multiply the top by 5. So what I've got here is 1 times 6 is 6, 6 over 30 minus, then I've got 1 times 5, which is 5, and then I've got 6 times 5, which is 30. Now, if you notice, the denominators are both the same. Look, this is 30 and this is 30. So now all I do is I put the denominator as 30, and then I simply do 6 take away 5. 6 subtract 5 is 1/130th. Right, the way I like to look at it is just me. It's again, depends on how your brain works. I've got used to this method. Right, so what I do is I do this simple walkthrough. So I start at this end, always on the left end. I walk across and I multiply these two, and that's 30. Yeah, and then I'm stood here now, and I'm going to walk across. I'm going to do 6 times 1. 6 times 1, which is 6. And this sign here is a minus. I'm going to put that there. And then I'm going to finish. So look, I've done this. I'm going to finish it off doing that shape. So 5 times 1, which is 5. So now that's 6. Take away 5, which is 1, which is 1/30th. It's the same, but I prefer this upside down picnic table, they call it. So look, there's your grass, there's your lovely picnic table, and if it gets flipped over, it's going to end up looking like this. Right, let's keep going. Right, this is a mixed number. Where are we? Mixed number plus a mixed number. We need to turn them into improper fractions. So you do the big number times the bottom number. So 2 times 2 is 4 plus the top number. So 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5. So I start off with 5 halves plus, same thing, 1 big number times 4, the bottom number is 4 plus the 1, 5. So I've got 5 quarters. Right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the cheating method. I'm going to use the upside down picnic table. 2 times 4 is 8. 4 times 5 is 20. This is a plus, so I'm going to put plus there. And then 2 times 5 is 10. So I end up with 30 over 8. Right, I can simplify that. They're both in the 2 times table. So I can do 15 over 4. Okay, so that is an improper fraction. So this here is an improper fraction. I'm going to turn it into a mixed number. So how many 4s are there in 15? 3. Remainder 3 quarters. Right, we'll leave it like that. Let's move on. Right, I have a square area 64 centimeters squared. So look, they've said square, so in my head I've got this square, and they've given me the area, so that is 64 square centimeters or centimeters squared. We now need to work out the perimeter. Now from here, because I've been given the area, I have to square root 64. 8 times 8 is 64, so I know the square root of 64 is 8. Now watch this. This is what's going on in my head. I've got 8 all the way around. I can either do 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 or 4 lots of 8. So 4 lots of 8 is 32 centimeters. That's it. So just remember this square root. Right, calculate the mean. Question 5, calculate the mean. Mean, you add them all together. So 10, 25, 30. And then you divide by how many. So we've got 1, 2, 3 numbers. So 30 divided by 3 is 10. Nice. Okie dokie dokie. We'll leave it like that. Right. Right, we've got a ratio. We need to write 15 to 45 in its simplest form. So I can see they're both, right, I can see they're both in the 15 times table, but if you can't, what you do is you start with 15. It's good to know and recognize that pattern, but I know they're both in the 5 times table. So 15 divided by 5 is 3. 45 divided by 5 is 9. Now I can see straight away that they're both in the 3 times table, so I'm going to divide them both by 3. So 3, there you go. 3 divided by 3, simply 1. And 9 divided by 3 is 3. So the ratio is 1 to 3. Okay, you can give that another bash if you get a chance.